And welcome back to part 2 of episode 9, everybody. I'm still on this menu screen. I didn't go anywhere while you were switching parts. However, let's get right back down to business, where Exalted One, our wise men have discovered the secrets of metallurgy. Now we can build cannon units. And whoa, our civilization is the first to discover metallurgy. As a result, we received this bonus. A cannon has been built in Boston. Got it. Now we're going to switch over to another technology, the corporation. Now why do we want this? Well, for starters, we want corporation because it is another technology in this era that, if you get it, it gives you a very huge first. If you're the first one to it, it gives you a very huge bonus. I'm sorry, I could not get that sentence out. It gives you a very big bonus if you were the first one to it. And also, we want this, the military-industrial complex wonder, which if we build it, it will reduce the cost of military units. And being that a time of war is upon us, and will be for very much the duration of this game, I predict, we're going to want cheap units. So let's get the corporation researched. And also, our glorious civilization has completed the Oxford University wonder in the city of Boston. Now we will learn an advanced technology. Our great wonder of Oxford University has revealed the secrets of advanced flight. Advanced flight. So if we're just going to go back to our menu screen to our city screen real fast. First and foremost, we just discovered the technology of metallurgy. So we received a cannon, and being I came out of Boston where we have a great leader residing, there he is, right below Tipu Sultan there on the left of you people, we can upgrade this unit, the lightning cannon. So what are we going to do? We can give it the blitz ability, which will give it an extra move after an attack, or infiltration, which will give it a 50% city a 50% bonus when attacking a city. Well, being that Stuttgart, our main target's got a wall, we're going to go with the infiltration ability. Alright. However, something else to note. We just discovered cannons. However, we also now have this. The Flying Fortress. And what is the Flying Fortress? Well, more specifically, or rather, it is a World War II era bomber. And more specifically, the Flying Fortress, unique to the American civilization, is the Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. So, we just learned cannons, yet however, in the year 1760, at the same time, we've also learned how to produce World War II era bombers. Now, I don't know about you, but in the year 1760, I think a bomber would be very devastating. So, beware, everyone. Whether it's Gandhi, Bismarck, Cleopatra, or Alexander, I have got bombers. You do not want to mess with me when I have bombers. That is true in single player. That is true in multiplayer. I'll make a note of that right now. I am deadly with bombers. Every time I play with my friends on multiplayer, whenever I get bombers and they know it, any plans they had for attacking me almost immediately are withdrawn. They fear the bombers. Alright, but enough of that. Let's continue with the plan of gathering our forces in Abydos. It will take some time, but it's worth it. I'm just going to make a note here. I did receive a comment in one of the previous videos saying that I should build a road in between Boston and Abydos. Now, I want to address that. While it certainly would enable me to get this cannon there quicker, the reason why I don't is because if you look at Abydos, it's connected to Thebes. Because when Abydos was in Cleopatra's control, she built a road here. So if I linked Abydos to Boston, I would in effect be linking my empire to that of an enemy city, which is not something you want to do. And the reason for this is just because Roads. I've actually been playing a couple of teaching games with some friends of mine who have bought this game while it was a free download. If you missed that opportunity, I apologize, but I hope most of you were able to get it free. But I was playing a couple of teaching games with some friends of mine, and I noticed that a lot of them were very quick to build roads. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not a good idea to do up until it's absolutely necessary or your territory is completely secure. Because more often than not, a road is quite simply just an easier way for your enemies to attack your cities. I'm telling you this right now, unless it is very securely within your cultural domain, the road is going to work against you more often than it is going to help you. You only build a road when you absolutely need it, when you absolutely need it, when it's secure, or if it's the only way you can get troops to defend a city. And even then, I wouldn't do it unless you're confident in your ability to repel the attack, or to hold off long enough to get some new military unit out there to turn the tide. But do not go building roads randomly. Be very cautious when you do that. The only reason I did it between Boston and Washington earlier on is because this is very secure territory and no AI can get through that. So, we're going to get the... Actually, no, we're going to keep the Flying Fortress here in Boston just to make things a little simpler. It can, it's got enough movement that it could get to the front lines quickly enough. Because it's a plane. And planes are fast. Alright, and our cruisers are taking the Great Builder to New York. Once he's stationed there, we will rush the factory. And, well, actually, you know what? Before we end this turn, we need to get Boston working on another something else. So we're going to shift it to the Samurai Castle. The Himeji Samurai Castle, to be precise. And if we build it, we will receive 1+ attack power for all military units. That is until someone else discovers communism. However, I'm not too worried about that, because if you take a look here, I currently have 30 technologies, and I only just discovered communism. I believe it was my 28th technology. The closest one to me in technologies is Gandhi, with 22. And I doubt he's taking the same path that I am. So it is going to be some time before anyone else has communism. We'll get good use out of that wonder, the Samurai Castle. But let's end the turn for now. And Bismarck sending me a threatening message. You see, perhaps you defeated my little legion army. Nevertheless, the pretentious snobbery of your people will soon come to an end. However, we will leave you in peace for 5 turns in exchange for 670 of your 1,129 gold pieces. Okay, Bismarck. I have bombers. Okay, bombers. You don't even have cannons yet. So, save your threats for someone else. It's just like, it's just not gonna work. Not on me. Alright, everything's kind of set to autopilot here. However, I'm taking a look at Abydos here, where the factory, it says, will be completed in 2 turns. However, for 130 gold, that's nothing. Let's rush it. And, oh, pardon me, hiccup. Let's, set it to... Actually, you know what? No. I said we have bombers, so we're going to put those to use. Let's have Abydos focus on completing some bombers. Now we shall end the turn. And this just in, sire, government change. The Greeks have replaced their democracy with fundamentalism. Ooh, okay, a note here. This is the first time in this game that the Greeks have left their... that I can remember. This is the first time this game that Alexander the Great has abandoned democracy for another government type. So, with fundamentalism, his troops will receive 1+ attack power. However, his libraries and universities will cease to produce science. Is Alexander getting aggressive? Or... well, Bismarck's getting aggressive with that knight army. Let's take a look at our top 10 cities. Right after military units enter my territory, we get taken to this list. Boston and Washington top it off, with Berlin in 3rd. New Orleans has got 4th place. Delhi, Abydos in 6th. The mysterious city of Dortmund, or Dortmund, not certain which one, is hidden in the fog of war in a place I haven't explored. Thebes is number 8. New York is 9. That's going to change very soon once the Great Builder gets there. And Athens is 10. Alright. And our glorious civilization has completed the Himeji Samurai Castle wonder in the city of Boston. Now we will receive +1 attack power for military units. Okay. So, preparations are coming along very nicely. So I believe we're going to have Boston get us some cannons. Alright, and the cruiser fleet has arrived in New York. So now we're going to settle our Great Builder and rush ourselves a factory. So now with everything being real cheap, let's get a barracks going. Something else we're going to do is explore some of this fog of war, some of this vast fog areas here, because I want to find the city of Dortmund. It's hidden somewhere in here, and I need to know its exact location so I know what to expect. Because if it's on the sea, like if it's an island city, like I'm almost certain it will be, that it is, that could be a threat to New York and New Orleans. Actually, speaking of New Orleans, 100 gold to rush it. Let's do it. And since the market costs 30 and we're getting 30, might as well get the market going. Alrighty. But before we end this turn, we have a threat to our city here we must deal with. So let's have our Lightning Knights army that has a basic attack of 12, plus 3 attack power from the Samurai Castle, an additional 50% attack power from having the Guerrilla ability, and an additional 50% on top of that from being a veteran to the German Knights, which have basic defense of 6 and nothing more than the forest defense. 30 on 9. That's good odds in my book. Take them out, Lightning Knights. Alright, not a single casualty. So back in the city you go. And let's get that that oak back. And I noticed that we're going to get a new bomber next turn, which is very good. Just hold on, Stuttgart. You will be mine very soon. Now we shall end the turn. Sire, I will be pleased to know that I only need 10 additional great people, wonders, or converted cities to be able to build the United Nations wonder and win a cultural victory. I see. And Exalted One, our wise men have discovered the secrets of the corporation. Now we can build the military-industrial complex wonder. I got it. And whoa, this massive bonus that I was talking about earlier, since we are the first to discover the corporation, we receive this bonus. 5+ gold in each city. Now, yes, it is the exact same bonus you get once you discover, much like industrialization, if you're the first one to that, it's the same bonus as that. 5+ gold in each city. So if you can get a hold of that, and actually if you can get a hold of both of them, you have a very steady flow of gold coming into your empire at all times. The bigger your empire, the more you'll get. So with that kind of gold coming in, it's not hard to start rushing buildings and units should you need them. If you can link if you are the first to industrialization and corporation, you get both combined. Trust me, you are in a very, very good position, especially when it comes to the economic victory type. Alright, now before I hit the OK button, I believe we're going to end this part of the video and just hit that link in the top right once again and advance to part 3 of episode 9. I'll be waiting right here for you.